Okay. Now, what is a function and what are the types of functions are there? What a function is nothing but it is a collection of statements that performs a specific task. Specific tasks. For example, you have 1,000 lines of code, right? We can't execute 1,000 lines of code at a time. What they will do is they will they will bind up a few components or few statements and they'll make that as a method. We'll call it as a function. So it is very easy to execute that function. For example, when in an application you want to get the title, URL, next I want to count the number of links and I want to close my window. For example, they're having 1,000 lines. You can't search the number of lines and which line you want to execute it, which line doesn't require it. It's very difficult. What we'll do is a piece of code which is used to execute a required task, a specific task is called as a function. So that means that a large program is divided into a number of blocks, small blocks for easy execution, So this process or this block of statement or block of code is called function. It's called as a function. This function can be executed. This function can be executed by its name, by function name only. You can execute it. We can call function as many as times. As many as times. Now in Java, there is a function called as this function is a Java predefined function, Java library. This function is a Java library function called as predefined or system defined, or we'll call it as a keyword. So the function is a keyword, or function is a predefined, or function is a system defined. Now whenever you want to call, we're using the call function name. With the help of the function name, we can call the function. So there are different kinds of functions we are having. So when you want to give the syntax for the function is public. So mean that this function, one more thing, this function can be user defined. Mean that you can create your own function. This function can be a user defined. So the user can create his own method, which is called a function, a function. Example, I want to add two elements. And store it in the third column, in the third component. So further we can create our own method, public void add. So under that, int x comma y comma z equal to x plus y. So I can use system.out.println z. That's all. Now you can't compile the program since it doesn't have any main method. Ikkada main method ledhu kabatti you can't compile it. So how do you use? We can create your own. So we can create your main method, public static void main string comma args. So under that, what is your function name? What is your function name? Oh, sorry. What is your function name? Add. So I'm going to create an object for class. Add something like what is your class name? First, you need to have your class name, right? So I am having a class name. For example, my class name is class test. Okay, na? Class name is test. So test A1 equal to new test. What I'm doing, I'm going to create an object for the class, and using that object A1 dot. What is your method? What is your method? Add. So automatically you can call add. That's all. So tomorrow, if you are going to add one more method, for example, I'm going to add one more method like public void subtraction. Under that x equal to z equal to x minus y. So the system dot out dot println of z. That's all. So what I'm going to do, I need to call this method, right? So how do you call? A1 dot subtraction. That's all. This is the how we are going to call the function. How we are going to call. So the function can be called by its function name. The function can be called by using the function name. Here public is a access specifier. This public is a access specifier. See, void is a return type. Add is a, what is the add here? Add is a function name. Public is a access specifier. Void is a return type. Add is a function, or subtraction is a function name. And x comma y z are parameters. These are called parameters, which we can pass. మనం పాస్ చేసుకోవచ్చు, మెయిన్ మెథడ్ లో పాస్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. So here public is a specifier. What is specifier? Is an access specifier. Is a access specifier. Void is a null character, null, or is a return type. Next, add is a function name. Add is a function name. X comma y comma z are parameters, which we can pass these values to main method. మన main method లో కూడా pass చేసుకోవచ్చు. Okay, so this is the function name. Now for example, we do in the so this is the last section which we covered, RS. Right, I'm going to create one more package. Go to new package, going as functions, and click finish. Under the functions, right click on that, go to new, click on the class and mention as calling. That's all, calling. Public static void main. So I'll do one thing. I am not selecting any main method. Just click finish. What is your class name?
Functions.
What is the call name? Here. Package name, not class name.
Calling.
Right? Calling. Okay. Now I'm going to use public void add. Int x comma y comma z. X equal to 10, y equal to 20, z equal to x plus y. So system dot out dot println of z. Now you can't compile this program since it doesn't have any main method. So for that, you can create your own method like public Public static void main string comma args. Under that, what is your class name? Class name is calling, right? Calling is your class name. Calling a1 equal to new class, new calling. Now a1 dot, what is your method name? A1 add is your function name. Now run as, got it? Okay, na?
Got it. Okay.
Similarly, you can create your own method like public void subtraction. Subtraction. Now under that, I'm going to use int x comma y comma z x equal to 10, y equal to 4, z equal to x minus y, system dot out dot println z. So I'm just going to call my method a1 dot subtraction. That's all. Sort of. Sorry. What is the error getting out? Main method Java compilation error. What is the Java compilation error we are getting out? Anybody tell me what is the error we are getting out? Semicolon, right? Semicolon missing.
Semicolon.
Okay, na? So this is the how we are going to call the functions by using the function name. Next. Sorry. Okay. So there are different types of functions are there. What are the types of functions we are having? See. Types of functions. Types of functions. There are two types of functions are there. One is called predefined function and other one is called as a user defined function. Predefined function and other one is called as a user defined function. Now, predefined are nothing but the function which is predefined in the library. In the library is called predefined function. Predefined function. That means that examples are like print function, out function, system function, next int, next float, next integer, float, character, string. These are all predefined functions. Okay, now system defined user defined, we called as a user defined functions. User defined functions. The functions which are accomplished by the user is known as, mean whatever variable you are declaring by the user, those are called as a user defined functions. We're called as a user defined functions. Examples are add, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus. These are called as user defined functions. These user defined are classified into four categories. A, the first one is called as function with no return type. Function with no return type and no parameter. Second one is function with no parameter, no return type, and with parameter. Third one is function with return type and no parameter. And the last one is function with return type and with parameter return type. So these are the 4 types of functions which you are going to comes under user defined. Return type is nothing but we are going to call that main method, calling the function into the main method, that is return type. That will see it out. See, first one is function with no return type and no parameter. As we already discussed now, this is called as it doesn't function with no return type, it doesn't have any return type and no parameter. Manam parameters pass cheyala main method ki. We haven't passed any parameters in this main method. So this is called as a function with no return type, no parameter. This is the example for return type with no parameter, no return. Function with no return type, no parameter. Second one, a function with no return type with parameter. Mean that, see, here what we can do is, instead of declaring here, I can declare them as int x comma y comma int y comma int z. Okay na Chandu?
Yes, sir.
So in the subtraction also I'm going to use int x comma int y comma int z comma int z. Okay. Now I can pass the values from here. Now I can pass the values of here. So add of, I'm going to use 10 comma 20 and 10 comma 4. I can pass the values from there to here. Now when you compile this, what is error we are getting on? Why it is showing error? Okay. So we are having only, okay. Here we are passing 3 values, but we are giving there 3 values, right? So that's why it's showing. Okay. Now what I can do is, I can give here int z. Here also I'm going to use int z. Okay, int x comma y comma z. Shh. Okay, na? Got it? Okay, na? So
Yes.
no return type with parameter. No return type with a parameter. Now, can you give a real-time example? Can anybody give me a real-time example how it works? Can you give anybody can give me a sample example how we are going to work in real time? Can we try with the title? I want to count the number of links in a page. First of all, I want to open the browser. I want to open the page through the browser. I want to open the page. I want to get the title of the page, URL of the page, and I want to enter the username and password for my login window. Can we try using this function? Can we try?
Yes, sir.
How do you use? Now, I want to open my new tools. Under this page, I want to click on the sign on page and I want to enter the username and password. I want to use this using functions. Want to use these functions. A function with no return type, no parameter. Function with no return type with parameter. Can we do this? How do you work on that? Function 1. Now I'm going to use public void browser. Okay, na? System dot set property. Set property of WebDriver dot Chrome dot driver d colon double slash Chrome driver dot exe. Okay, na? Now after that I'm going to use Chrome driver d equal to new Chrome driver d dot. So I want to maximize my browser. Now after that, so I'm going to create one more method, public void title page. I want to open the page. So d dot get. So HTTP. So I'm going to use the URL of this page. D dot manage dot window dot maximize. Window dot maximize. Okay, na? Window dot maximize. Now see, now I declare the variable inside the method variable d, but this variable d cannot be accessed to this method, right? So what we can do, we can create the WebDriver d outside the method, that is called as a public, which can be accessible to any other method. ఎక్కడైనా కాల్ చేసుకోవచ్చు అన్నమాట. That can be called to this method and also this can be called to any other methods. Okay, na? So if I declare the variable before the method, that can be called to this method and also this can be called to the second method. This is called public. This is called as a public. Now I can create one more method. What is the method? So public void title of the page. Okay, na? Title of the page. So system dot out dot println of d dot get title. Okay, na? D dot get title. Okay, URL. Okay, I'll change it to, instead of title, we'll make to URL. Now similarly, I can create one more method. So public void title. Okay, na? So system dot out dot println d dot get. Now I'm going to use username password. Okay? Public void login. Now what I need to do, I need to inspect this username and password, right? So just click on that. So I want to inspect my username, name equal to username, right? So d dot find element of by dot name username dot send keys dot send keys. I'll, for the time being, I'll mention the Mercury here only. Okay. Now similarly, d dot find element of by dot name. So what is the next one?
Password.
So password. by dot name. So I want to click on the submit button. Click on that and click on the submit button. Name equal to submit. Name equal to submit. Dot click. Dot click. So after that, I want to close my window, right? So what I can do, I can just I can set as after that. So I'm going to use public void. Just I can use public void close. Okay, na? Public void close. So after that, I'm going to d dot close. Okay, na? So these are the methods which have been created. What are those methods? First one is the browser. Second one is a page. Third one is the URL. Fourth one is the title. And the fifth one is the login. And the sixth one is so there is no main method here. So what I can do, I can create public static void main main string comma args. Now under that I can use what is your class name here? What is your class name? Function one. Function one. So I can create a method for this function one. Class name function one. A1 equal to new function one. A1 dot. What is the first one? Browser. A1 dot page. A1 dot title. A1 dot URL. A1 dot login. A1 dot close. Got it? So these are the methods. So open the browser, title, page, title, URL, login. So this is the same. Now I have saved the file. Now run as Java. Why page is not opening? Java null pointer exception cannot invoke org.opencase selenium WebDriver string because D is the null character. So can anybody tell me what is the meaning of this?
There is no value.
Can I write like this? Static WebDriver.
Yes.
What is error we are getting out? See, what is the error is just remove the static here. And what we can do is don't call the Chrome driver D again. D equal to new Chrome driver. That's all. Okay now? Now this is no return type, no parameter, right? This is no return type, no parameter. No return type, no parameter. Okay. Now we'll see example 2. Now we'll see return type, no return type with parameter. Can anybody tell me how to work on this? No return type with parameter. Can I take here? Okay, na? Here what I'm going to do? Username. Password. Got it? Now I can invoke here, na? Username and password. Can I write here? right? So these are called passing parameters. I'm going to pass the Mercury to from the main method to the username. Okay, na? Similarly, password. So where I've been declared as string username comma string password in this method. Okay, na? Chindu?
Yes.
It's okay.
Okay.
This is called no return type with parameter. No return type with a parameter. No return type with a parameter. No return type with a parameter. Now, third one. With return type, no parameter. Can anybody tell me how to work on this? Can you tell me how to work on this? Anybody? Chandu, how to work on this? No return type with parameter, with no parameter. With return type, no parameter. How to work on that? See, when you're working with this, here, it is showing that here, no return type, with return type, no parameter, right? So instead of system.out.println z, we can write return z. Okay, na? Return z. Okay, na? Similarly, here also, I'm going to use instead of that, I can use return z. Now, where I'm going to call these two, I'm going to call from here part. From this part, I'm going to call. So what we can do is, so class name with variable, and here I'm going to create a variable called as int with a data type. Int return type equal to object dot. What is object? A1 dot. What is the method? Add. Similarly, integer return type A1 dot subtraction. So ఇక్కడ చూడండి return type Z అంటే ఏమిటంటే automatically here you can print the values in the main method లో మీరు ప్రింట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. So system dot out dot println addition RT. Similarly, system dot out dot println subtraction. See, what I'm going to do, a1 dot add is a method which I've been assigned to the RT return type is an integer since it doesn't accept any void here. So it won't accept any void here. We need to declare it as int. Declared as int. Int is a return type. Now here also void doesn't accept any data. So I'm going to declare int. So public int sub addition return. So automatically what will happen? Return z in this sense, automatically it will go to the main method and it will print the value of addition. Return z. So what is the method name? Subtraction. So a1 dot subtraction. So what is the object have been created? RT1 have been created and that RT1 subtraction will be displayed here. Okay, na? So we'll try to work on this. Okay. So I already created one method. Okay, calling method. So here. So addition, I'm going to declare as int add of. So I don't want to pass any parameters inside that. And I'm going to declare as int x comma int y int z equal to x plus y. So I'm going to use x, something like int x equal to int y equal to 20, int z. So I don't want to use addition. Similarly, I don't want to pass the values here. Int x, int y equal to just return z. Now similarly here also return z, return z. So now instead of void, what we can do, we can pass integer, return integer. So now I'm going to create two methods here. So int rt equal to a1 dot add, and I don't want to pass any parameters since it doesn't require any parameters. Now here I'm going to use system dot out dot println addition, comma rt1. Similarly, so I'm going to pass this into integer here rt, right? Integer rt1 return type rt1 equal to a1 dot subtraction, a1 dot subtraction. Now system dot out dot println of subtraction. Okay, na?